This is the dawn of a new era of British karting. This is the 2019 British Karting Championship. This is the best racing you will see anywhere in the world. Laps, 15 minutes plus 1 lap. Take you through the grid in full now. Nathan Chafer, undefeated in his heats, starts from pole position in kart number 99. Nathan won the first final. He starts alongside James Beecroft in kart number 72. Chris Wright and James Moorcroft start on row number 2. Michael Cheek and Alexander Luck on row 3. The defending national champion Lewis Large and Alexander Kirkwood on row 4. Adam Sadler and Daniel Devereaux are on row 5. Luke Oliver and Levi King. Levi King crossed the line first in the first final, but had a penalty for a driving infringement. He starts 12th in this one. Jason Wilson and Charlie Whaley will start on the outside of row 7. It's a false start. No, it's a false start because we have one driver touring around the back of the field, and I think he's up and out of the kart now. We've lost Marcus Basley. I can't see Marcus out there. Taylor Adams, the number 42, also not there. So we'll go back through the rest of the grid now. Matteo Zanetti, I think, is that a so pair of overalls? In which case, that could be all she wrote for Matteo Zanetti. I'm having a little look at the karts coming down. The number 20 kart is not there, so the Tim Wilson Motorsport driver will not take the start of this one. He was due to start on the outside of row number 8. Row number 9 is Colin Davis and Cole Edwards. Row 10, Jack Tritton and Aaron Yeo. Josh Collins and Chris Thomas on row 11. That's a very good 11th row, 21st and 22nd. Josh, a former top 5 driver multiple times in the British Championship as a senior driver. Chris Thomas, second last year, double champion in this class the year before. Carl Churchill. We're going to do it. Carl Churchill, oh yes. In kart number 30. We'll start 23rd along with Scott Clee. Then it's Joe Fiffner and Sam Winter. Gary Anderson and Oliver Smith. Tim Darlow and Darren Rich. Joe Blakely in kart number 31. Watch for the Coles racing number 31 to be coming through the field in a hurry. Lights are out. We're off and racing through the first corner. Go the 177 classes, and at the back, oh, I don't believe it. I was just saying, watch for Joe Blakely to be coming through the pack in a hurry. He was going backwards in a hurry through turn number 1, and that is going to spoil his chances of a decent result in this one. Scott Clee in number 16, starting a little bit behind the pack. And so Matteo Zanetti, Marcus Basley, Taylor Adams, we're down to 31 starters, or 31 drivers in the race, and a couple of those have been delayed. So it's Nathan Chafer who has the lead. The Thomas Smith International driver, Chris Wright, is second. James Beecroft was third, and now we've got another driver stopping on the outside of the first hairpin. Trying to get a number check on that driver. Possibly out of the race, whoever he is. Or is he? Yeah, he's pulling off the side of the circuit. I think that may have been... well, we'll see who that is later. That's Scott Clee, who started late, and I think Scott Clee has finally given up the ghost. Chafer leads, Wright second, Cheek third. Good start from the E-plate holder, Michael Cheek. Moorcroft is fourth. Oh, sorry, Beecroft is fourth. In the number 72 kart, Moorcroft is fifth, the O-plate winner. Then it's Lewis Large in P6. Alex Kirkwood seventh, Alex Luck in eighth. Then it's Adam Sandler ninth and Levi King. We know Levi is quick. He was first across the line on the road in the first final, but didn't keep the win. He's now got it all to do again. Number 95, Dan Holland racing kart. The number 54, Alex Kirkwood. That's a comp car chassis. Is that the mark? We saw his teammate in seniors, Lewis Malin, have a very good result. Oh, they're side by side coming off the bridge, and they all managed to come off clean. That's the battle for 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9th place. Change for third. Beecroft moved past Chris Wright, and then the O-plate winner, James Moorcroft, bounces over the rumble strip and loses a couple of positions. Michael Cheek moves into P2. We've now got Chafer and Cheek. There's a joke in there about chafing and cheeks, but I won't use it because it's a family show. Yellow flags waving down at the exit of the Mike Wilson complex, and that is a wagon parked nose first into the barriers. I think it's Darren Rich in the number 44 cart, and that is Darren Rich out of the race. So we're down to the 29 runners. Daniel Devereaux making good progress, and we're going to have a look back through the order for Chris Thomas. Chris Thomas in the number 2 cart, up at the 15th place. Again, twice a champion in this class. Chris Thomas, second last year, had to fight his way through the repechage. Then got caught up in an incident on the opening lap of the first final, so he is still trying to regain a respectable result in that number 2 KR Sport machine. Behind Chris Thomas is Cole Edwards in the number 11 Howarth Racing team. He's just got his Cole Edwards and Ian Branfield, the 2 Howarth Racing teammates, 16th and 17th. Josh Collins is 18th, and Tritton Davis and Oliver Smith in the number 9 cart in 19th place. But up at the front, it is still Nathan Chafer leaving. Well, he's told me to leave town with a couple of trophies under his belt. Michael Cheek is right with him, and then it's Beecroft in the number 72 cart. These three pushing away ever so slightly from Lewis Large in 4th place in cart number 1. Then it's Moorcroft and Levi King sets a new fast lap of the race, 58.04. So the number 95 Dan Holland Racing cart, Levi King, now into 5th position at the expense of the O-Plate champion James Moorcroft. King checks over his shoulder. He now moves up onto the rear bumper of... Well, not quite the rear bumper. Lewis Large is still 4th. It's Moorcroft back to 6th. Luck is 7th. Wright is 8th. So Chris Wright, we saw him getting muscle out of 2nd or 3rd place a couple of laps ago. And he has not managed to regain his track position yet, although both he and his teammate Alex Luck, the 5 and the 8, are running nose to tail, and they've got a change in front of them as James Beecroft tries to wrestle 2nd place away from... It's actually Nathan Chafer lost the lead to Michael Cheek, and James Beecroft tried to go through. So it's a new leader, the E-plate holder Michael Cheek. He gets, and Nathan Chafer now gets shuffled back to 3rd by Beecroft, and Chafer almost loses. And there was a move there from Levi King. Levi King leaving his brake a little bit late. Now Lewis Large and side by side with the O-plate holders, the 1 and the 0, going wheel to wheel to the Fullerton S's, and that is backing the pack up behind them. You've got Daniel Devereaux now trying to get involved in this group with Michael Cheek, however, now leads, and he's going to look behind him and he's going to see a new rival chasing him. It's the number 72 cart of James Beecroft. Behind them, there is a gaping hole where nobody else is. And in fact, you've got to look 2 seconds further back to find the number 1 plate cart of Persistence Motorsports, Lewis Large. Lewis Large into P3. Now Nathan Chafer, long-time leader, down into 5th position. Well, he was 6th. He just regained 5th from James Moorcroft. His next target is Levi King in the 95. King is 4th. The top 2 have got that 2-second lead now over everybody else. Large, Moorcroft, King, Chafer, Chris Wright, Alex Luck, and Daniel Devereaux in the number 69 cart. They make up the 2nd group of carts. From 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. The gap back to the 10th place cart, which is Alex Kirkwood, the number 54. 11th, the 67 of Adam Sadler. 12th, the 63 of Jason Wilson. Then it's Luke Oliver in 13th. Charlie Whaley 14th. Josh Collins up to 15th. With Cole Edwards 16th. Jack Tritton 17th. 18th for Chris Thomas. 19th Joe Bleakley. So Joe Bleakley, despite spinning at the first corner, as well as starting at the back, Bleakley is forging his way forward in that number 31 Coles racing car. There he is coming around the second hairpin now. He's got about 10 kart lengths of clean air in front of him before he gets to the Haworth number 11th of Cole Edwards. And that would be for 16th place. So Bleakley has picked up a couple of other positions on this lap alone. We are down to 27 runners because Wesley Baker has retired. Joe Fiffner has also retired. The two leaders with 7 minutes to go. Half distance only, a lot of racing left. There goes Adam Sadler in the number 67 kart, up into 10th place at the expense of Alex Kirkwood. But it's Cheek and Beecroft, first and second. They are now 1.5 seconds in front of Levi King in third, Lewis Large in fourth, Moorcroft is fifth, Chafer is down to seventh behind Chris Wright. So the two drivers that started on the front row of this final, driver number 8 and driver number 99, Chris Wright and Nathan Chafer. Well, Chris started third, sorry. The drivers that started first and third now run 6th and 7th and out of a chance of victory pretty much unless Michael Cheek and James Beecroft start slowing each other up. Everyone's seen that if you start battling side by side, it's very, very easy to lose a second, 2 seconds, even more than that in the course of one lap. They go out onto the banking. Through turn 4, off the bridge, down the hill. Cheek and Beecroft, neck and neck. And actually Levi King, last time around, was a little bit quicker than the two leaders, and Levi King in the number 95 down is closing in. Meanwhile, Joe Bleakley in kart number 31 has set a new fastest lap. Well, check this out. 57.79 seconds for the driver of kart number 31, Joe Bleakley, who currently runs 16th. The fastest lap of race leader Michael Cheek is 58.42. So Bleakley is 7/10 of a second quicker than the race leader. Beecroft is right behind the race leader. We wait for the 31 car to cross the line. He's now caught Cole Edwards for 14th place. Josh Collins has been summarily dispatched for 15th place. So Collins back to 16th. Yellow flag waving out on the banking. And a change for the lead. There goes James Beecroft into P1. And I'm looking up. There is a move from Joe Bleakley. Joe Bleakley has passed Cole Edwards. And I think Tim Darlow may have gone missing. Oh, Nathan Chafer's gone. Nathan Chafer has retired. Aaron Yo has retired. And we've started to lose an awful lot of drivers here. We're down to 25 out of 34 starters. So I didn't see what happened to Nathan Chafer. Perhaps a mechanical issue. And Levi King has caught the top two. We've now got a trio of leaders, not a duo. Beecroft, Cheek and King. So James Beecroft has now got two Dan Holland racing karts right behind him. And Levi King passes Michael Cheek to become the leader of those two. Behind them, James Moorcroft, the O-plate, moves into 4th place, ahead of Lewis Large, and Chris Wright runs in 6th. Gap back to 7th. Adam Sadler and Daniel Devereaux now moving to 7th and 8th. So not only have we lost Nathan Chafer, but Alex Luck has dropped way back. Now I've never been accused of being the sharpest knife in the drawer. However, Chafer and Luck were battling away a couple of laps ago for about 6th place. Now Chafer is out of the race and Luck is wallowing back in 21st. And he thinks there may be a correlation there. But anyway, up at the front, it is still James Beecroft leading in cart number 72. Levi King and Michael Cheek are stalking the leader. Through the second hairpin, sun setting here on Mother's Day at PF International. Opening round of the 2019 British Kart Championships presented by Motorsport UK. Last race of the weekend. Rotax 177, James Beecroft, privateer driver, looking to try and overturn the big teams. Well, here comes Levi King. Levi King setting up the race leader for a move through the Bruno Ferrari S's. Under the bridge, we've got 2 minutes to go. Out onto the banking. Will Levi King duck to the inside going into turn number 3? The answer is no. But they are both dropping Michael Cheek in third place. So Cheek, the E-plate holder, beginning to drop away. Well, he's not going to drop away if Beecroft continues to defend. King will try the crossover move. King on the outside. Watch him undercut Moorcroft coming up the short chute. Perfectly executed. But Moorcroft on the outside has got... Beecroft on the outside has got the momentum. So Levi King has to fall back in line. Although he's really trying. And Beecroft had to chop across the bows of the number 95 cart of Levi King going into Bobby Gain corner there. Through the Mike Wilson complex. That has allowed Michael Cheek to catch back up. And if these three continue to battle, then James Moorcroft, Lewis Large and Chris Wright can still catch them. It's Beecroft, King and Cheek on to lap number 15. Joe Bleakley, meanwhile, is up in the 10th place. Side by side for the lead, side by side for second, going into the bridge. Come off, and that is one of the Dan Holland racing carts in front. It's Levi King in the number 95 who takes over the race lead. Beecroft second. Third for Cheek, and look how much closer Moorcroft, Large and Wright are. It's now a 6-cart battle for the race lead. As long as they can peg Levi King back going into the Fullerton S's. Sadler is 7th, Devereaux is 8th, Oliver is 9th. And from the back of the grid, from 32nd on the grid, Joe Bleakley now runs in 10th, ahead of Jason Wilson, Charlie Whaley, Chris Thomas, Alex Kirkwood, Cole Edwards and Josh Collings. Oliver Smith is 17th and Jack Tritton is 18th. And we are down to just 25 of the 34 starters still running. Josh Collings has had a problem and dropped back. He was threatening to get in the top 10. He's now back in the 16th position. But Levi King beginning to stretch away now. In fact, he's got a commanding advantage. They come under braking for the first hairpin. The 95 car. The last lap board is being prepared for the final time here at PF International. The last lap board goes out. Levi King has the lead. Who's going to take second? Beecroft, Cheek, Moorcroft, Large or Wright? Any one of 5 for the final positions, but Levi King has done enough. He crosses the Litchfield Bridge the final time, turns right, heads downhill through turn 4 towards the first hairpin. Into the first hairpin they go. Moorcroft, the O-plate car, trying to challenge Cheek for third. There's a change behind them. Well, no, Lewis Large hangs on. Chris Wright making a move for 4th place, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Levi King, meanwhile, is all on his own, coming through the Mike Wilson complex. Second, I think is going to go the way of James Beecroft, but Levi King takes the checkered flag and the victory. James Beecroft finishes in second. Michael Cheek finishes third. James Moorcroft, the O-plate holder, just misses out on a place on the podium. Lewis Large takes home a 5th place finish. Not a bad start to the season. Oh, and hello. That is a rear axle snapping on the number 92 Gary Anderson kart, and at least it had the decency. Oh, hang on, there's still karts coming across the line. Well, at least that rear axle had the decency to shred itself after the checkered flag. So at least Gary Anderson got his full race distance in, and he actually finished 24th there. So, well done, Gary. And he kept it up the tyre barriers at the end. So, Levi King, James Beecroft, Michael Cheek, James Moorcroft, and Lewis Large, your top 5 in Rotax 177. Chris Wright, Adam Sandler, Daniel Devereaux. A great drive. Up 23 places for Joe Bleakley to finish in 9th place. And the top 10 in Rotax 177, rounded out by Bleakley's Coles Racing teammate, number 97, Luke Oliver.
Yeah, I feel great after the second final. We've been struggling quite a lot over the weekend. We had a pretty average first final, P7 on track, but with a couple of penalties, put it P5. Started off really good on P5, final 2, but didn't quite have the pace. And yeah, really overall, really happy with the result of the third.
It's just using tactics really, and just having your head switched on and just clean racing between all the top guys. It makes a change really for this class. But yeah, it's been really good this weekend. But we had to grind it out really with JP Racing really pulled their socks up and sorted out my chassis, which, you know, we weren't actually there, to be fair. Just got a mega tow in qualifying, which helped us out, and then on the kart was good.
It's a good weekend. It was a good result in the final 2. I mean, it's disappointing. It was a controversial decision in final 1, but live with it. And yeah, we won the final 2, so can't really ask for anything else other than that. So I'm happy.